Today, I'm going to show you 10 heart disease causing foods that you should probably stop eating. Heart disease is the #1 killer in the world. It's a thing we're all most likely to die of. And the foods we eat play a huge role in the health of our hearts. I'll also be including 5 heart-healthy foods that can help protect you from heart disease. Number 10. Beef jerky. Beef jerky is a very trendy food right now, mainly due to the current popularity of the paleo diet. Beef jerky is a source of protein, vitamins and minerals, but it's not the best source of those things by any means, and beef jerky is also notoriously overloaded with salt. Just one small serving of jerky has around 4 to 5 times the salt as the same serving size of potato chips or fries. And that salt is incredibly bad news for your blood pressure. So when you take into consideration the high levels of saturated fat and the ridiculous amounts of salt found in beef jerky, it's probably best to leave it out of your diet, especially if you want to keep a healthy heart. Number 9. Chinese takeout. Despite being wonderfully delicious, Chinese takeout food is sadly rather bad for you and the health of your heart. Eating all those foods like sesame chicken, sweet and sour pork, and egg rolls can do some serious damage to your heart's health. Not only are they often smothered in sugary sauces, but many of the foods are deep fried and then loaded with saturated fat. If you're worried about the health of your heart, it's best to save Chinese takeout for special occasions and try your best not to have it regularly. What is your favorite Chinese takeout dish? Vote in the poll by clicking the I at the top of the screen and see how everyone else has voted. Here's a bonus tip about a healthy food that you might not know is actually good for you and your heart. Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is rich in antioxidants like flavonoids that can help to boost your heart's health. Several studies have shown an association between eating dark chocolate and having a lower risk of heart disease. But these health benefits only come from dark chocolate with a cacao content of at least 70%. Number 8. Salad dressing. So you're out to lunch. You think you'll make a good choice today and have a salad. When it arrives, it is covered in salad dressing. You normally wouldn't think much of it, but you probably should. Salad dressing can turn a healthy meal into an unhealthy one that has the potential to harm the health of your heart. Most salad dressings are very high in sugar, which can promote increased fat storage, and are also packed full of sodium, which can increase your blood pressure. These 2 ingredients combine to seriously pose a major risk to the health of your heart. Number 7. French fries. Another delicious food that sadly is really quite bad for you. French fries are considered a triple threat to your heart's health. They are loaded with salt, which we know increases blood pressure. They're fried in fat, which clogs up your arteries. And they're also processed, simple source of carbohydrate that can spike your blood sugar levels. One 20-year study found that those who ate French fries regularly gained more body weight over a long period of time than those who didn't. And we know increased weight comes with an increased risk of heart disease. What is your favorite French fry topping? Vote in the poll by clicking the I at the top of the screen. Here's another bonus food for you that is good for your heart. Berries. Berries like blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries and cranberries are bursting full of important nutrients that play a vital role in the health of your heart. They're rich in antioxidants that can protect against inflammation and oxidative stress. Berries can reduce your LDL or bad cholesterol levels. They can also improve the function of your blood vessels, which can help to control your blood pressure and blood clotting. So you should probably start eating berries whenever you get the chance. Number 6. Ketchup. Much like salad dressing, ketchup is packed full of sugar and salt that can do real damage to the health of your heart. Sauces like ketchup are also very sneaky because most people often don't realize just how unhealthy they are. It's very easy to consume lots of ketchup without really noticing, and that can be bad news for your heart. Try to consume less of it or buy low sugar and salt versions, as they often don't taste that much different and are much better for your health. Number 5. Deli meats, otherwise known as lunch meat or cold cuts, are pre-cooked or cured meats that are thinly sliced and served cold or hot, normally in sandwiches or on platter trays. Despite being rather appetizing, deli meats are sadly very bad for the health of your heart. They contain copious amounts of salt, often contain high levels of nitrates that have been linked to an increased risk of heart disease and cancer, and are also worryingly high in saturated fat and dietary cholesterol. If you're worried about heart disease, which most of us should be, deli meats, sadly, should be off the menu. And now another bonus heart-healthy food for you. Beans. Beans are one of the most easily available health foods out there. They can be conveniently added to almost any meal and are truly wonderful for your health. They can improve your heart health by reducing your bad LDL cholesterol. They can reduce your blood pressure and reduce inflammation. And beans are a wonderful food to eat if you want to reduce your risk of heart disease. What is your favorite type of bean? Vote in the poll by clicking the I at the top of the screen. Number 4. Margarine and butter. Now this might be bad news for all you toast lovers out there that enjoy spreading margarine or butter all over your bread. Margarine is very high in saturated fat and trans fats, which are not things you should be eating if you want a healthy heart. Butter is arguably even worse for the health of your heart. Not only does butter have large amounts of saturated fat and trace amounts of trans fat, butter also consists of high levels of dietary cholesterol. Eating these products regularly can raise your bad cholesterol levels and increase the chances of heart disease striking. Number 3. Fried chicken. Despite being a favorite food for many people, fried chicken really should be avoided if you're worried about the health of your heart. It's often one of the most convenient and cheap fast foods out there. However, the more you indulge, the higher your risk of heart disease. Just one piece of fried chicken contains high amounts of saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium. And as you probably know, most people don't just eat one piece of fried chicken, they eat many, sometimes even an entire bucket's worth, which ultimately just compounds the risk. Here's another bonus heart-healthy food: leafy greens. These are vegetables like spinach, kale, arugula, collard greens, and Swiss chard. They're a rather great source of vitamin K, which helps to protect your arteries from damage. Leafy greens have been shown to reduce blood pressure, decrease arterial stiffness, and have been linked to a low risk of heart disease. So it's probably about time you started adding leafy greens to your meals. Number 2. Cheese. Now we know this one will be a blow to the many of you cheese lovers out there. But the truth is, if you're serious about reducing your risk of heart disease, cheese has to go. Despite it being wonderfully delicious, it's really not good for you. In fact, cheese is actually the largest contributor of saturated fat to the American diet. And we know that saturated fat clogs arteries, ultimately leading to heart disease. If you're not willing to give up cheese in its entirety, then try to think of it more as a treat, something you have occasionally, definitely not daily. What is your favorite type of cheese? Vote in the poll by clicking the I at the top of the screen and see how everyone else voted. Number 1. Processed meat. Now this one probably won't come as much of a surprise to many of you. Processed meats, things like hot dogs, bacon, sausage, and salami, are all very bad for you and the health of your heart. According to Harvard Health, these types of foods are deemed the worst type for heart health and should be avoided. Processed meats are often preserved in salts and nitrites, which when combined with high levels of saturated fat and cholesterol, create a deadly cocktail for your heart. And to add to that, in 2015, the World Health Organization, who are the specialized public health agency of the United Nations, actually categorized processed meats as a type 1 carcinogen, ranking them alongside smoking in terms of cancer risk. If you want to have a healthy heart and a healthy life, processed meats shouldn't be anywhere near your plate. And here's your final bonus healthy heart food for you. Whole grains. Things like brown rice, oats, rye, buckwheat, barley, and quinoa are a wonderful source of dietary fiber, which has been shown to help reduce your bad cholesterol levels. Many studies have found that including whole grains in your diet can benefit your health, reduce your risk of high blood pressure, and lower your risk of heart disease. Now, I want to turn it over to you. Which food from this list are you going to stop eating first, and why? Processed meat, French fries, or ketchup? Let me know by leaving a comment below right now. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to EatMyClick now. Just click on the subscribe button below this video. And finally, here's the next video for you to watch: the 7 healthiest foods on the planet.